So like I said before, principal place of residence, great Australian dream. It's an emotional decision. A lot of people get caught up in the emotion of buying their own home. Growing families, good place to have your families. One thing that's really affects a person who buys their own house would be the interest rate rises. The media loves to get into that, so it's something to be aware of if you're getting into your own place, because that will affect you more than it's going to affect an investor or if you're renting. I'll just touch on investing, just so you've got an idea of why they do what they do. Most common strategy is to buy and hold. They'll buy a property and they'll rent it out and hold on to it forever. So they're getting their rental income. The person who rents from them is paying off a lot of the house for them, and by the time the loan's paid off, the house would have increased by double, triple, whatever, however long they hold on to it, and they're also getting an income. These days it's a negatively gearing strategy in most cases. Negatively gearing basically means that you're paying more expenses than income. So if you're renting out a house for $12,000 but you're paying interest of $16,000, there's $4,000 every year that you're losing, plus other expenses on top of that. And that money will go into your tax return, and it's a tax saving strategy, so the government will give you a certain rebate on the losses you've made. So it doesn't make sense to invest to make a loss, except for the fact that your property is going up in value. And the fact that that happens means that it's not a bad strategy. These are just a few things that you'll hear at seminars or in the media, that property doubles every 7 to 10 years. That seems to be pretty true. It's happened the last 100 years in Australia. It'll probably continue to happen again, but that's just something that you will hear. Here's another thing I hear, that over some periods it's boomed for 3 years, then it's gone flat to down for 7. So if you happen to buy at the end of a boom, you might be sitting on a place that doesn't go up for 7 years. So it depends on your strategy. That could be a problem, but maybe not. Or another way of looking at it is that a property increases in value by 10% every year. So if a house is worth $300,000, next year it'll be worth $330,000 and $363,000, etc., etc. Investors for income. This is more of a short-term gain focus. So people aren't in there to buy and hold on to it for a place forever. They're buying a house so they can renovate it. They're usually professional investors. They'll renovate, sell it, get out. They'll develop and get out, or maybe have a cash flow positive property, which means that they might buy, these days you can do it in a country town possibly, where you buy a house for $100,000, put a large deposit down, and you'll have enough income that will more than cover your interest expenses, so you're actually getting money in every week. So like I said, renovations and developing is probably the bigger two these days of investing for income purposes.